6 Biggest Regrets in Life. Welcome back to Coach Stack, your secret weapon for improving yourself through business, investing, and personal growth. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Have you ever heard someone say something about trying to live a life without regrets? It's a pretty common cliche in movies, TV shows, and motivational speeches. Can you really live a life free of regrets? No, but it's still a pretty appealing idea. Everyone has at least a few traumatic memories of things they wish they'd done differently. Personally, I've said some stupid things to people over the years that I wish I could take back. Even thinking about them now makes me cringe. Yup, regrets are horrible things. It would be really nice if we could learn to live our lives with fewer regrets, even if we can't eliminate them altogether. Recently, regret has become a hot topic in psychological research. Tons of studies have tried to get a sense for how regrets define us, by asking the elderly and the terminally ill what they regret most. Some of the most common answers are surprising, others aren't. All of them are super valuable though. Today, we'll be going through some of the regrets that show up most frequently in these surveys, with the goal of living our lives in a way that limits the number of regrets we carry. So, without further ado, here are some of the things people regret most. Not taking risks. Not taking enough risk is a big regret for a lot of survey respondents. That's probably because all the best things in life require a little bit of risk-taking. Want to start a business? You're going to need to put your financial stability up as collateral. Want to be in a happy relationship? You've got to be prepared for the possibility of rejection. Slight problem though, risks are usually scary. That's why so many people let their goals slip away from them and end up in nursing homes checking the box for "I wish I'd taken more risk" on all the regret surveys that get handed to them. That doesn't have to be your fate though. Building up your tolerance for risk takes commitment and bravery, but it really is a matter of just doing it. Your ability to take risks will help you avoid one of the most common regrets in life. They wish they had been better to people in their lives. We all take things for granted. Sometimes that includes people in our lives who definitely deserve better. Take a second and try to think of some examples from your own life. Times when you treated a friend, parent, or loved one in a way that didn't reflect their true value. Having trouble? Maybe you put off calling your mom on her birthday. Maybe you flaked on a meeting with a friend. Maybe you brushed off a partner's problem. The list of possibilities is endless. Thinking about things like this probably sucks. According to our survey respondents, that feeling doesn't get any better with age. The best way to avoid this common regret is to acknowledge that you could treat people better and make improvements in that regard. Spending too much time working. We live in a society that rewards you, or at least promises to reward you, for giving 110%. Promotions, raises, and overtime are just some of the rewards that are generally reserved for people who go above and beyond. They make it easy to justify things like skipping a family dinner or a night out with friends for a late night at the office. Now, there's definitely something to be said for the value of sacrifice when it comes to your career. These sacrifices shouldn't come at the cost of time with family and friends though, especially for long periods of time. Don't take it from me, I'm just a guy interpreting some surveys. Take it from the people who overwhelmingly reported that they regretted the times they ditched their loved ones for work. There's no exchange rate when it comes to work-life balance. No one can tell you whether a weekend away with the family makes up for missing a school play. This is a nuanced part of life where there are no right answers. As a rule of thumb though, if you want to live with fewer regrets, you should be trying to maximize the quality time you spend with friends and family. Being tied to their phone. Phones are great. You're probably watching this video on a phone as we speak, so I'm not going to bore you with the reasoning behind that statement. What I am going to do is let you know that being too tied to your phone is one of people's biggest regrets in life, and remind you too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing. From your perspective, your phone might not seem like it has a big impact on your quality of life. It does. You know that immediate sense of dread that kicks in when you're out somewhere and you notice your phone isn't in your pocket where it's supposed to be? That's your body releasing a cocktail of cortisol and adrenaline with the goal of stressing you out so much that you drop everything to go find it like Gollum hunting for the ring of power. If you want to avoid this regret later on in life, try to schedule some time away from your phone, and more generally your tech gadgets, every day. Hopefully that will lead to a healthier brain, more balance in your life, and less regrets later on. Not taking advantage of their health. By the time people reach old age, Health has usually become the source of many of their biggest regrets. They used to be fast, strong, and coordinated. Now, in comparison, they're slow, weak, and clumsy. Regret begins to enter the equation when they realize that they didn't take advantage of their good health when they had it. Luckily for you, this is an easy regret to avoid. Ready? Go get some shoes on, walk out your front door, and start moving. Go try your hand at an activity or sport you've always wanted to try. Why? Because you can right now. One day, you won't be able to. The final regret I'd like to cover today is by far the most vague. I'd also argue that it's the most important though. It's taking life too seriously. Tons of people who respond to surveys about regret can't shake the feeling that they took life too seriously. When bad things happen, they spend far too long dwelling on the implications and wallowing in self-pity. When good things happened, they didn't spend long enough appreciating how good they had it. You know the quote, "Things are never as bad as they seem"? Well, according to these surveys, there's more than a kernel of truth in that. The next time you're struggling to see the positives in life, try to look at your problems through the lens of time. In 30 years, will you still be worried about them? Probably not. So spend less time worrying. A natural amount of stress is healthy and needed to solve problems. But when it gets out of hand, Houston, we have a problem. And don't forget to appreciate all things that are going well, like you breathing right now and watching another Coach Stack video. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on our next video. See you next time.